All right, hey guys, my name is Gary.
I'm Valerie.
This is my wife Valerie, and we just wanted to pretty much introduce ourselves to you. We're from Wilmington, Delaware, and we recently moved down to Houston, Texas. So we got married in November of 2021, and pretty quickly we decided we wanted to make plans to move south, and we had Texas on our radar, and we had an idea of maybe getting some land and starting a homestead at some point. And we decided we wanted to document the whole journey from day one, where we currently live now, is we're renting in just a suburban neighborhood. And as you can see, we got little chicks running around, so we're starting our homestead lifestyle right here.
We've got a small vegetable garden. We've got some fruits growing too.
Yeah. So we thought we would bring you guys along on our journey here and show you all the mistakes we make and just kind of figure this thing out as we go.
Yeah.
Did you want to add anything?
No, I don't know.
Okay. So we'll show you guys a little bit of what we have going on here, but I think a big idea behind this whole homesteading lifestyle is we want to live more simply. We don't want to be just constant consumers where we're trying to spend more money and buy more fancy things. You know, we kind of want to go the other direction where we're
Humble.
We're living a humble life, and we like the idea of owning our own land and being more self-sustainable. Over the pandemic, you could see a lot of things happening where people realized that the grocery stores weren't as reliable as they thought, and as soon as one problem happens, it's kind of a chain reaction, and next thing you know, there's no toilet paper, no food, no meat on the shelves, and so we think it would be a good idea to try to produce as much of our own food as possible and try to have fun doing it. So we both currently work full-time jobs, and we would like to eventually full-time homestead. So that's one goal of ours, but we thought we would just bring you guys along and kind of show you our process, and we're kind of learning as we go, so I'm sure we're going to mess up a lot, but we figured this would be fun. And so a big part of this is gardening and raising our own livestock. So right now we're starting with chickens, and we'd like to introduce other animals eventually, like ducks and
Jersey cows
we talked about, maybe rabbits, we talked about maybe pigs,
rooster.
So we're open to ideas, and if you guys have suggestions on stuff you think we should look into.
Also, right now we're playing around with just like a rough idea of what we want. We're not really fully sure at this point. We're just playing around with it. We have a lot of like entrepreneurship ideas on how we can make a profit and self-sustain our homestead. It's going to be a big transition of working full-time and running the homestead until we can eventually full-time homestead. So we're currently looking for land. We're applying for loans. Our family's on board, encouraging us. I have a cold right now, so I sound a little different, but we have a lot of research being put into our ideas, what our land would look like, what's important to us, like having a pond, having trees. We did a lot of research on where the sun rises and sets and how that affects your land, which way your hills are facing, the flooding of the land, like being aware of that.
The different zoning rights,
restrictions.
Avoiding HOAs, maybe.
So we're not experts at all.
So this is a total learning process, and you know, we're kind of in the early stages of it, but we thought we'd bring you along for the start. And you know, not a lot of this is set in stone right now, so I'm sure you'll see a lot of changes happening, and our plans might shift a little bit, but we figured best time to get started is right now. So.
Yeah. And our lease for this house ends in December.
Right.
So by December, we're either going to be at a different rental,
yeah,
or on our brand new acres of land.
Yeah.
How many acres are we thinking?
So we're thinking somewhere between 5 and 20 acres, depending on where we can find it, and we don't want to be too far from a city, you know, or from a town. So we don't want to just be completely isolated. We'd like to be near some people and some roads and some highways. We also don't want to be in an area of land where we can't get to it without trespassing. So, you know, there's a lot of little details that we'll kind of have to factor in, like putting in fencing and if there's water or a well already.
The farming equipment we'll need.
Yeah.
We'd like to have a single family home on the property to live there. If not, we'll need to build that.
Right. A septic tank, I know we'll have to put in if there's not one already.
Yeah.
So we're trying to think of different game plans for the best living arrangement in the meantime. Like Valerie said, once our lease ends, we need to already have a plan in place. So
by October.
Right. So it's mid-May right now. So we're thinking the sooner we can come up with a solid plan for finding an area we like. We're thinking Central Texas, possibly between San Antonio and maybe as far north as Waco. So we're kind of looking around that area, and so we'll see what we find, and we'll see kind of what's in our budget. But there's a lot kind of cooking right now. So.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
Do you want to show them the garden, and I'll grab a chick?
Yeah. All right. We'll show you guys around a little bit.